Alright, welcome back, YouTube. I don't know if this is really Camaro modding or not to go in that category. Probably not. Not really. This is just kind of an ongoing battle of this guy. Yes, the fuel pressure regulator. About 2 years ago, the one currently in it right now is the stock one. That went bad. It no longer was holding fuel pressure. It kept running back on the return line. If you don't know how to test, just I don't remember which hose, but one of these, one's the return line, one's the feed line. You just clamp it with a vice grip or something after you shut the car off, and to see which one holds fuel pressure and which one loses fuel pressure. And then that will tell you usually what it is. If it's the return line, if you clamp that and it holds fuel pressure, usually 95% of the time that'll be the fuel pressure regulator letting fuel back. And yes, I have the heater going in the garage today just because it is indeed a little chilly outside today. But so yes, clamp that's fuel pressure regulator. Clamp the feed line and it holds pressure, most likely fuel pump. And then if you clamp both and it's still losing pressure, that's probably injectors. Not 100% sure on that, but this thing does have brand new fuel pump, brand new injectors, and fuel pressure regulator. This one is the new one that I ordered a while ago. Put it in, didn't work. So I called them. They said that this piece right here needs to be polished. So I got it all polished. It looks really good. It's reflective and everything else. So that's what I'll be doing today, is doing that. As you can see, it has been sitting a while, but it is at 0 psi, which I'm not 100% sure if these vehicles are supposed to hold their fuel pressure when they sit, but I'm assuming so, because when I park it, let it sit for I don't know, a couple hours, it's completely out of fuel pressure. And I gotta sit there. When I go to start it, I have to turn the key, wait for it to prime up, and then go ahead and try and start it. But that is that. So I will show the steps and procedures. I'm just taking it off. First I'm going to do is remove the, I don't know what to call it. This is the master airflow sensor, but air cleaner, master airflow sensor that set up, and then just start unbolting it, and I'll videotape as I go along. And one quick thing that I should mention here, and you know, this is a pretty easy mod, and I live in North Dakota, so I mean it gets pretty cold here, but I don't drive this car in the winter, so I don't know if it really matters a whole lot or not in colder states. If you drive them in the winter, I don't know who would drive it in the winter, but if you do, I don't know if you should do this or not. But if you're only driving in warm weather, let's just say 50 or warmer, this is kind of a mod you can do right here. This nozzle, let's see if I can get a good angle on it. This nozzle right here, and then I'll show that one later, but this one right here, this connects into the throttle body to where I don't even know where it comes from anymore. I know it comes from here. This goes to here. This pumps coolant into here, and then let's go to this side, and then see that one right down there. It's below. Let's get these other hoses out of the way. Okay. All right. Oh Jesus. It's this bottom one here. So you got 1, 2, 3. This bottom one. What you can do is get rid of those hoses and make one big hose that wraps from here all the way to this thing for your heater core and stuff like that. So that's what you can do there. What this does is you no longer have coolant that goes into your throttle body, and that just, so your throttle body stays cool, so you got cool air going in. It's not warming up the air while it goes in, and it'll preserve the gasket on the throttle body and everything else. That's just one quick thing you can do. It took me about, I don't know, 20 minutes probably max to do that. That's just one quick thing you can do to I don't know if it gains horsepower or not, but cools the air, and well, it doesn't cool it, but the air is no longer hot going in. But that's just one quick thing that I did, and I thought I should share, and I'll get back to taking it apart. Alright, welcome back. Got all the bolts out. They'll be 10 millimeter, and then a 30 torque drive. Well, at least that's what it is for mine. Can't say for 100% sure that's what it'll be like for yours. But once you get that, it should just lift out. I'm gonna go from the back first. But that's pretty much all you need to do is just get the plenum off. And sometimes it's a little sticky. Hopefully I didn't forget a bolt or something. No, I gotta set you guys down real quick. So, be careful with this. That was getting stuck on the gasket. Hopefully, gasket's okay. Yeah, it looks okay. And I know I should be rebuying gaskets every time, but I've had to take this plenum off so many times just because of this fuel pressure regulator, and I gotta disconnect those hoses here real quick. Sorry about the light, if the light's not the greatest. And just set it off to the side. And the fuel pressure regulator will be right here. Yeah, that's bad lighting. I'll get a better light on that. Be right there. That's what you gotta get. And for that now, you will need, God, these gaskets, man. Actually, okay, so these you'll need a torque bit. I don't know what they're called, security or locking, something like that, but it is a T10. I don't think you guys can really see that. That is all you'll need to get that off, and be back with you once I get it off. Alright, here we are, got this out. This is the stock one. A little rougher. You feel some grooves in there. This one, polishing, no grooves. So, hopefully, that will be the issue. And it did, when I did pull this one out, there was some suction to it, because when I pulled it out, you could hear the gas run away, so hopefully that is the only problem. So there you can see her, the pain and agony that it has caused me, trying to figure out why this thing won't hold its fuel pressure. But there's that. So I'm gonna show you kind of how I put the new one in and go from there. So the new one. This better be it. That's all I gotta say, because sick of messing around with this thing. And then just, I usually plop this down in first. Line up the holes. Kind of stick it down because they'll stick if it's a little wet on there from gas residue. Ain't that wet. Or I've done it before where I put it in the casing and flipped it on, but I don't know how. I might need 2 hands for this, so I might not be able to record it that great. Here's the casing. Yeah. Try and get you guys a view here. Yeah, you can see it. Kind of. Sorry for not the best angles, but just put the cover down on it. It's moving with it. I'll try it this way. I'll probably cut part of this out or something because it's taking a while. Yeah, so I've done it like this before where you put a bolt in it so it holds it in place. You find that hole. Yeah, okay. Don't listen to the first way I said because I obviously don't know what I'm talking about, because that worked a lot easier than anything else. Okay, so once you get that one kind of first put in there, just go ahead and start putting them in loosely. I'm lined up here, I don't think I am. Okay, that one got on. That one's going in. Once you got them all going in, start tightening them down. Alright. People that had this engine before me lost one of the locking torque bits, so they decided just to use a regular screw. So tighten my regular screw down. Yeah, pretty much just go around, tighten them all evenly. Don't tighten one more than the other. sure they're all tight. I'm sorry if this is kind of bad quality, but just I don't see many videos out there, and I kind of see why now. They're kind of hard to record installing this, but make sure my screw's tight. About as tight as it's gonna get. Go around and check one last time here. Okay, so got that all done. And I do have the South Bay fuel injection I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. It's the... What are you doing? Okay, so I got it all tightened down, and I'm gonna start putting the plenum on, and I will come back to you guys once I get the plenum back on. It's pretty much just repeat the steps, just slide it on, put the bolts in, hook everything back up. That's pretty much it. And then we'll see if it holds fuel pressure. Alright, so just finished up. Put everything back on. Fuel pressure regulator is down there, chilling. And yeah, so I guess get the start up here and see what happens. Everything goes well. Hopefully everything got put back together. Looks like it. Yep. Remember to plug those in. But put you guys right there so you can see the start up. Heater shut off. See what happens. Just gotta make sure here real quick. Turn the key for the first time. Make sure nothing's leaking. That's good. Alright. We'll turn the key one more time and start her up. See what happens. Hopefully she holds fuel pressure after that. Took those long cranks due to no fuel in it because I drained it when I had to do that, but we're at 49-ish for fuel pressure. But you get a Canada filter on them, they're extremely loud. And this would be a cold start. She hasn't ran in a couple months. Just jumped around on her idle a little bit. It's got shorty headers on it. True dual with glass packs. Think about next mod for exhaust would probably be header cutouts. There's that. So she's running, and I'll get back to you guys after I shut her off and see if she holds fuel pressure or not. So I just shut her off. Now correct me if I'm wrong, that needle's flying down right now. Holy crap. So I mean, I don't know exactly what PSI they're supposed to sit at, but I may never get this solved because, yeah, I have tried a lot on this, and yeah, we're already below 30. We just went from 50 to 30 real quick. I'm slowing down a little bit. So I don't know. If you got any suggestions or maybe know what's wrong, it's a brand new fuel pressure regulator, polished everything, brand new injectors, brand new fuel pump. I don't understand. It's leaking back on the return line. I can tell you that right now. So I don't know. Please leave your suggestions down in the comment section, what it could be and what might fix it, because I would like to get this fixed, because it's quite annoying trying to start her every time when she's got no fuel up to her. So thanks for watching, and as always, please leave a like, drop the comments down in the comment section, and subscribe.